Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 982 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video will be a prediction video for Cowdenbeath versus Rangers Take 2. So before we go any further into today's video, just a friendly reminder in case you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and help the nation on our way towards that 55k mark. Without any further ado, let's dive into it, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Cowdenbeath versus Rangers Take 2. Now, as you know from the last time, the game was obviously postponed because of that. And I don't think we can go any further into today's video without talking about the overall part, because that seems to be Cowdenbeath's best defender, keeping clean sheets left, right and centre. Right now, I'll show you what the state of the part is like that was released today during a sort of press release. That is what the current part looks like. However, Steven Gerrard has actually addressed this, and in his own words, as far as he knows, the game will be going ahead. It's well under control by Cowdenbeath's ground staff. That's great and everything to be told that the game's going ahead and they expect the ground staff to be able to control the overall park. However, we've done this the last time. We went through the same rigmarole and it was postponed. So I'm a wee bit worried because, believe it or not, the park actually looks worse this week than it did when it was postponed last time, so a little bit nervous. But we cannot control the weather or control the park. What we can do is discuss the overall Rangers team that could potentially be playing against the Blue Brazil. There's been a lot of talk about Defoe and Steven Davis getting more minutes to get fitter so they can contribute throughout the rest of the league and be there, ready and able whenever they are needed. So I'm fully expecting both Steven Davis and Defoe to be starting tomorrow versus Cowdenbeath, which would be absolutely great. My only thing I would like to say though is I would like to see us keep the same formation every single time we play away from home, because I think it's a very, very clever formation. It plays straight to our strengths and we can actually control games away from home a lot better in that formation. So what I would do is I'd take Morelos out, give him a little bit of rest, put Defoe in there, maybe take Arfield out and put Steven Davis in that spot and keep the shape, most of the personnel kind of the same as well, maybe swapping out the likes of Ryan Kent for Glenn Middleton, etc, etc. Because switching the formation back to the two up top has been obviously been discussed a lot, saying it is Cowdenbeath, we can try it there, but I don't think we should be trying a formation that we're not 100% comfortable with yet, away from home, tricky conditions, and obviously cup ties, giant killings happen all the time. And my overall thoughts on the two formation, by the way, I'm not giving up on it at all. I think we need to stick to what we know away from home, because that plays to our strengths. And at home, when teams are going to be putting two banks of four in, that is when we use the two formation up top. We control it. We've got the extra man there with the crowd, and I think that would overall work better putting the two up top when we're at Ibrox, but when we're away from home, doing our 4-3-3. So as you can imagine, there is going to be a hell of a lot of changes for Cowdenbeath. However, Gerrard has basically said that he will be putting a very strong team out because he's not taking them for granted. So I'm expecting about 3 or 4 changes, but the rest, believe it or not, will remain the same. One of the first questions that I want to ask you guys, just to get your thoughts and opinions out there, what would you do with the goalkeeping situation? Normally Fods plays in the cups, and when he's played in friendlies, etc, he's always came up big this season for Rangers, making big saves, penalty saves versus Will Grigg. Pretty much every single time he's played for Rangers this season, he's been actually pretty damn decent. Or would you give the newest Rangers signing, Andy Firth, a shot in that goalkeeping position? What would you do? Let me know in the comment section below. Me personally, I'd stick with Fods. He's by far our second best goalkeeper. Again, not taking anything away from Andy Firth. We play what we can, we play our best, and I think Fods' form this season, when he has been called upon, certainly deserves that opportunity to play. So moving away from the team now, let's look at the injury list, because there has been a couple of updates. Connor Golden will not be fit for this game as well, and there's not been actually a timeline put into place. However, Gerrard has said that he should be back pretty soon. The only other player missing out, obviously, with another short-term kind of injury is going to be Grezda, who injured himself in Tenerife. However, it isn't all doom and gloom. There is a bit of good news involving Graham Dorrans, the man that's pretty much been on the prediction videos injury list the entire season long. Some great news, in case you've not seen it already. Graham Dorrans has took part in first team training for the first time in absolute months today. That's absolutely amazing to hear. Graham Dorrans is back in the first team. Now, he's still a long way from actually playing in any of the games. He's still a long way from that. However, Steven Gerrard has said it's great to have him back, and they're slowly going to build him up so he's ready to play when called upon. They're not going to rush him back in case they re-injure himself. It's going to be a slow burn, but when he is back, he's going to be like a brand new player. And something else, a wee sprinklet of other good news revolving Graham Dorrans. He's went to every single Rangers game to support them, home and away. That's those long ties in European football as well. I was pretty sure he was already doing this, but Gerrard confirmed that every single game, friendlies, whatnot, Graham Dorrans has been there to cheer on the boys, and that is what we like to see. Graham Dorrans, get back soon, son. And to end off the injury list, we have none other than Mr. Jamie Murphy himself, who's still progressing very well, which is good to see, but he's still a couple of months away from coming back to the Rangers. And that's it. That's the Rangers injury news. No fresh from the weekend or anything like that. Nothing. We're going into this game pretty much solid. So now that we have talked the injury list, we've talked the park, we've also talked the rotation that's most likely to happen, but the way that Gerrard's actually thinking the game, going to put a strong team out versus Cowdenbeath, it is time for your predictions. And while you're firing yours in, I'm going to give you mine. I'm going to go big with this one. I think Jermaine Defoe, especially if we play in the one up top formation, which we are great at, putting balls in the box, etc. I think he's going to score a lot of goals, and I'm actually going to go with Rangers 5, Cowdenbeath 0. I'll go with Jermaine Defoe. I was wanting to go Jermaine Defoe hat-trick, but fairy tales didn't really line up in real life, so I will go with 2 goals for Jermaine Defoe. Now, I will go with my trademark goal for Captain Tavernier. However, it would be interesting to see if we rest him. Now, he has played every single game bar one this season, so is it time now to give him a rest and put Flanagan in at right back just to give him a rest, especially in the Cowdenbeath's dodgy park? That would maybe be the smarter move, but as we've seen in the past, he's only missed about 4 games in 3 or 4 years, so Captain Tavernier is probably going to play. That's why I'm picking him as goal scorer. And my last 2 goals, I am going to go with a cheeky Glenn Middleton goal, because he seems to love it, and believe or not, Nikola Katic bullet header. So hopefully by now you guys have got your prediction down in the comment section below, who could be playing, etc. You've heard mine. Now that all that's left is have a little sponsor break and then hear from the people. So grab your refreshments, everyone. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break. Oh, why did I do that? It fucking hurts. Now it is time to jump over to Twitter and get the people's opinion. 493 votes, and there's still well over 15 minutes remaining, so thank you so much for getting involved. 2% votes for the draw. 9% votes for a Cowdenbeath win. And 89% of the people votes for a Glasgow Rangers win. So here we go. Robbie goes 4-0 to the famous. Defoe, Morelos and a Middleton double. I like it. I like that. John beating Loyal. Rangers 2-1. I think it'll be a convincing 2-1, but the pitch will play a part. Morelos and the Candyman. Very, very good shout there as well. Matthew Brown says 5-0. Morelos hat-trick, Kent and Cowdenbeath to score. He's starting on all the boys. There's Cowdenbeath there, there's Kent and there's Morelos. He's starting this, basically the entire first team. I like that, Matthew. Taking no prisoners. Ewan McKenzie says 4-0 to Rangers. Defoe, Kent ×2 and a Ryan Jack goal. If Ryan Jack does score, please be on the 30th so I can keep doing the consistency joke, because when I do get material, I really like to run it into the ground. Ross Watson says, speaking of content that's been rolled into the ground, Ross Watson says 2-0, Cowdenbeath and Morelos. Oh, and he's not even done the Lee Wallace joke, so now I look like the dickhead. Thanks, Ross. David Nimmo says 5-0 to Rangers, Morelos hat-trick, Arfield and a Tavernier goal. Very similar to the way I'm thinking. Deaky Neil says, well win 5-0 to the famous Defoe double, Armfield, Tav and a wee cheeky Katic header. We're basically on the ball there, mate. Fire on. Scott Winning says 7-0. Morelos hat-trick, Kent double, Cowdenbeath and a Tavernier pen. Jamie Murdoch says 4-0. Morelos and Defoe double. That would be very nice. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll actually read out in today's video come from Scottish Hawk 1996. 3-0 to Rangers. Morelos 2 goals, Tavernier 1. Scott B-Day says a Lee Wallace hat-trick. There's the content that's run into the ground. Joshua Stewart says 5-0 to Rangers. Morelos to get 2, Kent get 1, Ryan Jack 1, and then Jermaine Defoe. John Rogers says game will be off. Don't joke about it, John. Okay? Touch wood. And the last one we'll actually read out comes from, just to make it fair, bang, we'll stop right here. And it just comes from Rangers fan. He says cancelled. I'm not ending on that. I'm not ending on a cancelled. Right, we'll do it one more time. Right, it comes from Thomas McGill. He says 4-0 Rangers scorers. Defoe, Kent and Arfield. Also, I heard Medumbe may play, so either him or Alfredo, depending on the formation on. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you had the people's opinion, you've heard mine. Hopefully by now you've fired yours down. Get your thoughts and opinions out there. That is why the channel exists. As always, I just want to give a massive shout out to the Patreons. We're 50 strong now on the Patreons. That's supporting the channel directly. Every single penny will be going directly back to the channel. I don't take a bit of that. That's all for the channel only. So if you'd like to support that and join the 50 strong, the link for that will be down in the description below. I've been CJ Nova92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.